Hey, hey, Libra gang, welcome to your love reading, right? So this is for you if you have placement of Libra and your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, okay? If you don't know that information, you can get it by following a link below in the description box, right? And get a free birth chart, okay? Personal readings are back. That information is in the description box as well. And also, there is a description of how I read and how to best apply information from my readings and how you can make changes that are needed, right? And I do give advice about that during the reading. So the reading Libras are going to go like this. First, we're going to read for Libra singles. Then, if you're dealing with someone, and then towards the end of the video, we will go back and read for all Libras of things you need to know just in general and advice and that sort of thing, right? So with that being said, Libra singles, let's get started, okay? So here's what we do for my Libra single folks, okay? We take a look at where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed, past, present, and future, right? And what you may have coming in, what you need to know about, right? And we're just going to take a peek, okay? Where you've been. Well, okay, so you have air energy, earth, right? You have water, okay, and Pisces specifically, water, Aquarius specifically, and earth, okay? I think we've probably thrown out all the zodiac signs, which is why I often say the zodiac sign is not always the most important part of the reading, but more so the message. That being said, let's talk, because I like where you are. I'm just going to say that. But here we go. You know what? I really, this is a pretty incredible reading. I'm just going to say that from start to finish, Libras singles. Okay, here's why. All right, your past. Okay, I think you. Let's talk about this. Okay. All right. First of all, the cards: Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Wheel of Fortune, all in the upright. Kind of interesting. Okay. Maybe some of you felt like you were kind of on a karmic wheel. Okay, but for the most part, something that you did kind of brought you into a new cycle. Wheel of Fortune in the upright, right? That's all about a change of fortune. It's almost like you manifested your own success, okay? Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, right? Swords is, many times about truth coming out, but always triumph over adversity when you see that Ace of Swords, right? Beautiful card. A lot of inner strength and clarity associated, and having clear vision associated with that card, okay? Ace of Pentacles, okay? Pentacles sometimes can speak to having had patience, right? And, trusting the process, divine timing. But Ace of Pentacles, again, opportunity slated for positive outcome, okay? And it's all about you having created that. Whoa, Libras. I mean, incredible. Current energy. It's kind of interesting because at the center of your current energy is the Three of Cups. Cause for celebration, happiness, contentment, and harmony. Boom. Love it. Can speak to a long-term type situation coming in that, certainly speaks to, celebrations associated with family many times, but, it's a wedding card. It's a marriage card. And it, typically speaks to something being aligned for long-term happiness and success, okay? Moon in reverse, right? Again, very consistent with that Ace of Swords in your past energy. Clarity, truth coming out, right? Pretty incredible reading. Judgment card, there are still some things to be overcome, okay? And so I think the advice there would be to just continue to go into your, solitude times, right? Where you, seek out and search out areas of your shadow, right? And work through some healing and things of that nature and raising your vibration, okay? That is, all about transformation, right? But there may still be some things to come out, okay? Maybe some things you're not seeing. That may be why the moon came up in reverse, okay? And that's okay. No shade being thrown. Why? Here's why. As we go along this path, right? we're always going to be learning new things and growing, right? And it is all about recognizing that and going inside to find those truths, okay? So that would kind of be the advice of, becoming even more intuitive, right? You are intuitive. You just, sometimes, when you're not regularly doing the energy work, you can't hear that voice in your intuition. Why? Because your ego is so loud, just yapping, okay? I'm not about death of the ego, right? It has its purpose and it has its role. But with that being said, it's all about keeping everything in balance, right? But I like where you're headed, okay? And I don't know if you can hear my dog growling. She's growling. I think she sees the neighbors out the window. If you can hear that, I apologize. But okay, here we go into your future, right? All right. Incredible. At the very center, 5 of Cups in the reverse, okay? Whatever it is that you've gone through and or going through, okay? You recognize that while you may have had an experience or experiences that seemed like the worst thing ever, turns out to be the best for you. That's what that card means when it comes up in the reverse. Incredible. Can speak to gratitude, and if you're headed that direction or are in that energy, and you can be anywhere on the timeline I'm describing, okay? But gratitude is incredibly important in manifesting love, money, success, happiness overall. Here's why. It is a basic principle of law of attraction, okay? When you stay in a mindset of gratitude and being able to look around and see that you always have things to be thankful for, right? It's going to cause you to manifest more reasons to be grateful, okay? All right, and so at any rate, love that for you. Knight of Pentacles in your future, eventual positive outcome. Eventual. Why? Because and Pentacles often speaks once again to having patience and seeing this thing through. The Knight of Pentacles is about being studious, okay, with spiritual matters, with basically every area, right? And putting, not just to, of course, doing energy work, but along with that, expanding your knowledge, right? In many, many areas, right? Okay. My favorite card in your going forward in your future energy, okay, singles, Libras, can mean Aquarian energy, maybe, but not always. But the meaning of the Star card, and you got it in the upright, is all about stepping into a place of optimism. This is a card of hope and healing and better days ahead. Well, you know what? I think for many of you, you're already in a good place. But you know what? Whatever it is, wherever you are, you're headed to better days. Beautiful energy, right? All about being inspired. And this is the wish card. This is the, for many people, you see the Star card, right? Making a wish on a star. It's inspiring, okay? That's your energy, okay? And inspired, both things. But, incredible. All about renewals, too, okay? When this card comes out, it is one of the cards, when I read, that is very telling. That to me tells me that you've overcome some things, okay? And, okay, we all have. Everybody has a past, okay? It's what you do about it, okay? So I like that. And I think, because we're describing that about you, that's what you have coming in. Why? Like attracts like. So you've got good things coming in, okay? Maybe an air sign, maybe an Aquarius, maybe Earth. We had that heavy in your chart, but we had all the zodiac signs, and you saw that. So, I just say this, stay focused and don't get complacent, right? And okay, it's easy to do. I mean, we've all done it, right? And sometimes we take breaks from, the healing. And that's important too, right? And look, another thing, and I don't know why, but, sometimes I talk about this, and for now, I'm kind of getting that I need to mention this. When you're working on yourself, right, raising your vibration, doing the shadow work, doing the energy work, it's not like this, okay? The path does not look like this. It looks like this. it's headed in a general upward direction, okay? There are going to be occasional days probably where you feel like you took one step forward and 2 steps back, okay? But it's knowing that the next day you're probably going to take 5 steps, or the next week or whatever, you're going to make gargantuan leaps forward. And that's what this is all about, right? Your energy is going to fluctuate every day, okay? That's just the way this thing goes, okay? We're human, we're not perfect, right? So we have to deal with that. Okay, so at long last, Libras, those of you who are dealing with someone, here's what we do in this part of the reading. We take a look at their energy, your energy, and the probable outcome. And we give advice about those things, right? The changes you might need to make and advice you need to know. Okay, so with that being said, Libras, if you're dealing with someone, what do we need to know, right? Okay, their energy. Okay, so we have Earth, Fire, in your energy, Pisces, water, and air. Well, this is a nice reading. This is a nice reading, Libras. Okay, here's why. All right, first of all, I see some cards in both of your energies that tell me that there have been some obstacles overcome, either within the relationship or together as a couple, okay? But you had some, and look, that's not a bad thing. You know, anytime relationships have challenges, okay? It's all about how you navigate them. And I think both of you stepped into a place where you navigated this in a healthy way. Okay, here's why. Their energy. First of all, you got a travel card, maybe a distance between you two, or maybe there was an energetic distance in the past, okay? Possibly, possibly not. But you got, in their energy, a card of healing, right? Six of Swords, right? Putting away the swords because they're done with drama or fighting or whatever, and moving on to calmer waters, okay? Dark clouds may still be visible and in the distance, but coming out of that, right? Steering out of a draining situation, right? Harmonious many times, okay? And having the ability to navigate out of conflict, okay? Incredibly beautiful energy, okay? Knight of Wands, okay? Now, again, another travel card, distance card, okay? Maybe you're dealing with someone at a distance, or maybe there was or can still be some energetic distance, okay? Now, let's talk about the Knight of Wands. There are positives and negatives, okay? The Knight of Wands is very energetic, okay? Can be charismatic, okay? But you know what? Can also be dealing with some anger issues and working through some things. And I do think that that is happening, but I do think there's obstacles to be overcome. The Judgment in reverse definitely speaks to that, okay? The Knight of Wands is kind of feisty, okay? Very energetic, okay? All about a person of action, okay? So, you know, the advice is this. If you guys are dealing or have dealt with some issues, right? Both of you, if you want to overcome this thing and only one of you is committed to doing the work, you're going to repel energetically. Now, I don't think that's the case because I'm looking at this, but therein lies the caution light that you guys got to stay this, okay? You got to stay on top of this thing, all right? Your energy, let's talk about that, Libras. Nine of Swords, but in the reverse. Coming into a place of optimism after having gone through some really tough times, dark times, draining situation. Coming to the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what's in your energy, right? You see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you're feeling more optimistic, okay? If you're not there, that's where you're headed, okay? I don't know where you are on this timeline, but, you know, hear me out. The Moon card in the reverse. Some truths may have come out, okay? Or maybe you weren't seeing some truths and then you come into that. Again, energetically, if you didn't or are not seeing, you will, okay? That's what the energy right now lends itself to happening. Now, don't get complacent because why? Complacency will keep this from happening, okay? you know, the whole point of this is saying, okay, you guys are on the right path, but you still got to work through some things, okay? 10 of Cups in your current energy. Long-term happiness can be marriage, family, whatever, can involve children, but it certainly speaks to the potential here and probably your desires. I think on both sides, there's emotion for each other, okay? I see things that speak to that. And let's talk about the outcome, okay? Now, middle, the very center, 5 of Cups in the reverse, again speaks to overcoming some things, and what seemed to be the worst thing ever turns out for the best, okay? Often in a place of gratitude and thankfulness, which, as I said to my singles, is a very powerful place when it comes to manifesting. Why? Because when you step into a mindset of gratitude and seeing the things that you do have around you that you can be thankful for, guess what you're going to manifest? More reasons to be thankful. Boom. Beautiful energy going forward. It's all about liberation from a bad situation, okay? I think you guys are dealing with or have dealt with some issues, but energetically, do I see you working past it? Yes. The caveat is you got to stay the course, okay? Because nothing is set in stone, right? Again, don't get complacent on this thing. 8 of Pentacles. Success, okay? Abundance, specifically in this situation. The caveat is don't let yourself get out of balance. See, you've got some advice here, okay? Don't get out of balance with spirituality and in this life or with the demands of the life that you're in, right? Make sure that you have your priorities straight. And of course, the most selfless thing you can do is put yourself first. Why? Because you can't pour from an empty cup, whether you're dealing with your children, your parents, your family members, your friends, and certainly your romantic partner and your job. Okay, you know this, right? Death in the reverse, okay? And, you know, I think I talked about water and, you know, maybe Scorpio energy, right? Earth, fire, air, water, Pisces, and air. Okay, but anyway, death in the reverse, all about staying power, perseverance, and endurance relative to the situation. So does the energy lend itself to staying power? Yes, it does. With a caveat, and these cards speak to that. There is work to be done to make that happen. Do I see that you guys probably are both willing to do that? I do see that. It's got to stay that way. And you got to do the action associated with that. Okay? Beautiful reading for you, Libra. All right. Next part is for all Libras. Heads up, things you need to know, right? Things that may be coming your way that you need to know about, right? Okay. This part of the reading is typically more general, okay? But can speak to love, money, whatever, okay? So take what resonates in this part, okay? Here we go. All right. Oh, wow. You pulled the Leo card, the Ace of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. Really cool. Okay. First of all, let's talk about the Strength card. The Strength card is a very telling card in the tarot. Why? Because it speaks to inner strength and courage, right? A person who has awareness of those things. Why? Because they worked through some stuff. That's what it tells me. And it's a beautiful thing, right? Again, nothing wrong with a past. It's how you deal with it, right? I will rather have somebody who has a past if they've done the work in the right way, right? Because many times they're more spiritually mature and emotionally available, okay? So I think that speaks to things that are coming your way, okay? Ace of Pentacles, opportunity with an eventual positive outcome. Pentacles many times is associated with divine timing, trusting the process, and patience, and having long-term vision in mind and understanding that this is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Okay, 4 of Wands. Many readers interpret that card as the 1111 card, right? Being at the right place at the right time with the right people. I like this card for you. Can speak to family, can speak to celebrations, marriage, long-term success in those areas. Beautiful reading for you, Libras. Let's go to Moonology for you real quick, get some advice there. And if you haven't already done so, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Hit me up for a personal reading if you want to delve into anything deeper. You can see all of that in the description box below, right? All right, here Here we go. All right. What did I say, couples? Nothing is set in stone. Man, did I ever say that? And that's always the truth. What do you need to release? Is it fear? Is it anxiety? Is it addictive behavior? And addictions don't always manifest themselves in the form of, alcoholism or substance abuse, right? We can be, very addicted to other people, right? Surrender to the divine, right? Trust the process, okay? Understand there is a bigger picture than probably our little brains can figure out, and that's okay. It's all about having trust in the process, right? Bring love into the situation, right? I pulled Aquarian energy for you guys earlier, and this is that. So I don't know, maybe that means something to you. And then you got step out of your comfort zone. And you know what? I'm going to do a video about this, but the comfort zone, in my opinion, is the most toxic place you can be. Why? Because it speaks to stagnation in your path, okay? Outside the comfort zone, that's where the magic happens. Okay, now we're going to go to my little 3x5 deck that I made for you guys of sayings and quotes that speak to my soul that I share with you guys, okay? Let's see what we get for you. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorites, right? See with your heart. See with your heart. Oh, so pretty. Oh, talking about flow and trusting the process, right? Here is a Zen proverb. Let go or be dragged. And that's the difference, okay? When you're walking with the universe, you don't feel the resistance, right? You're running along beside and you almost feel assisted, right? But if you fight the process, you're going to feel like you're being dragged, much like it would probably feel if someone held you by the hand and dragged you along and you were fighting against them, and maybe you even stumble and you get, skinned up on the concrete, right? That's the analogy I give. It's not always pretty when you fight the process. How do I know these things? Well, I have walked that path. There's no shame in that. It's just seeing, and making the necessary changes, right? And learning to go with, right? All right. I love you guys, and I hope that you guys continue to heal, continue to work on yourselves, right? And I wish you much love and many blessings, Libra, and look forward to talking to you again real soon.